All right, diving in today. Ready to explore some pretty fascinating relationship stuff.
Always up for a good deep dive, especially when it comes to relationships.
Me too. And this one, it's all about imago theory.
Ah, yes, getting into that subconscious stuff.
Exactly. We're taking a deep dive into getting the love you want.
That's a classic.
It is, and it's packed with insights about how our childhood experiences shape our romantic relationships as adults.
You know, it's funny because we often think we choose our partners based on, I don't know, shared interests, attraction.
Right, that chemistry.
Yeah, but imago theory suggests something deeper is going on.
Way deeper. It's like we're drawn to people who fit a certain mold.
A mold we've been hearing around since childhood.
So, for those who haven't encountered imago theory before, could you break down what this imago actually is?
Okay, so picture this. You've got this subconscious image in your mind.
Like a mental blueprint.
Yeah, exactly. A blueprint for your ideal partner.
And we developed this early on.
Super early. It's formed in childhood, largely based on our interactions with our primary caregivers.
So usually parents.
Usually, but it could be anyone who played a significant role. You know, aunts, uncles, grandparents.
Got it. So it's less about specific people and more about those early relationship dynamics.
Exactly. Those early interactions shape our expectations, our needs, our understanding of how relationships work.
Okay, I'm starting to see where this is going, but you said something earlier that really caught my attention.
What was that?
You mentioned that we're drawn to partners who mirror both the positive and the negative traits of our caregivers.
Right, and this is where things get really interesting.
Because it's not just about seeking out the good stuff.
Nope, it's like we're unconsciously drawn to the familiar, even if those familiar patterns weren't always healthy.
So someone who had a critical parent might end up with a critical partner.
It's possible. It's like we're trying to recreate those early dynamics, maybe hoping for a different outcome this time.
Like a chance to rewrite the past.
On some level, yeah, and this is where those recurring conflicts in relationships often stem from.
You know, those arguments that seem to pop up over and over.
Exactly. Imago theory suggests those conflicts are often triggered by unmet needs and past hurts resurfacing.
So it's like our inner child is saying, hey, remember this.
Right, and we're projecting those old expectations and hurts onto our partner.
It makes you think those fights about the dishes or who takes out the trash
Are probably about something much deeper.
Okay, so if we're unconsciously driven by this imago, how do we break free and build healthier, more conscious relationships?
That's the million-dollar question, and the book offers a powerful shift, moving from unconscious attraction to conscious love.
That sounds like a big leap.
It is, but it's about becoming aware of those subconscious patterns so we can make more intentional choices.
So self-awareness is key.
Absolutely. It's about understanding your own baggage, your triggers, those things that set you off.
And then what?
Then it's about creating that safe space in the relationship.
Where both partners feel comfortable being vulnerable.
Exactly. A space to express needs, work through past hurts, and grow together.
And that emotional safety, that seems to be the foundation.
It's crucial. It allows for intimacy and connection to flourish.
You know, getting the love you want really stresses empathetic listening.
Yes, and validating each other's feelings, putting aside that tendency to criticize or get defensive.
Which is easier said than done, let's be honest.
Oh, absolutely. It takes practice, but the book gives you a framework, this technique called intentional dialogue.
Intentional dialogue, it's about going beyond just talking, right?
Yeah, it's about truly hearing and understanding your partner.
And there's a specific process involved.
There is. It's a 3-step process.
I love a good 3-step process. Break it down.
All right, so first, you mirror what your partner said.
So you're basically reflecting back their words.
Exactly, to make sure you're understanding them correctly.
Okay, makes sense.
Then step 2 is validation.
So you're acknowledging their feelings.
Yep, even if you don't agree, you're validating that their perspective is valid, given their experiences.
Okay, and finally.
Empathy, the big one, really connecting with their emotional experience.
That mirroring piece, it sounds simple enough, but I could see it going wrong.
How so?
Like just parroting back words, it could feel robotic or patronizing.
Oh, for sure. It's not about just repeating. It's about reflecting the emotion behind the words. Asking clarifying questions like, it sounds like you're feeling hurt, is that right?
Ah, so it's about active listening, really tuning in.
Exactly. And that takes practice, but the book offers great examples and exercises.
Speaking of exercises, getting the love you want.
Yeah.
Also talks about these love practices, little things you could do to strengthen your connection.
Oh, yeah, I love those.
Can you give us some examples?
Sure, think simple things like starting your day by expressing gratitude for your partner,
Oh, that's nice.
or planning regular date nights, dedicated time to connect without distractions.
It's like creating those little rituals.
Yeah, romantic rituals, they call them, special traditions that reinforce your bond.
I like that because sometimes life gets so busy it's easy to forget.
Absolutely, those little things make a big difference.
Another concept that caught my eye was this idea of stretching.
Ah, yes, stretching, not the physical kind, though.
Right. This is about emotional stretching, stepping outside your comfort zone to meet your partner's needs.
It's about being willing to grow and expand as individuals and as a couple.
Sounds a bit challenging.
It can be, but it ultimately leads to deeper understanding and connection.
But there's a fine line there, right?
What do you mean?
Because stretching shouldn't turn into unhealthy self-sacrifice.
Oh, absolutely. That's a key distinction.
So how do you differentiate between the two?
Healthy stretching comes from love, a desire to contribute to your partner's happiness.
Whereas self-sacrifice is often driven by fear or a need to please.
Right, and that can breed resentment and imbalance.
It all comes back to personal growth being so intertwined with the health of our relationships.
Couldn't agree more, and it really reinforces that idea that our past, those childhood experiences,
They have a huge impact.
a huge impact. They shape our present relationships in ways we might not even realize.
Which is why understanding those childhood wounds is so crucial.
Absolutely. Those old hurts can create defenses and patterns that sabotage our ability to connect.
And it's not just about understanding our partner's imago.
It's about understanding our own, too.
Doing that inner work.
Exactly. Exploring your own childhood, those unresolved wounds, and finding ways to heal and grow.
And that could be a pretty intense process.
It can be, which is why having a supportive partner makes such a difference.
It's about creating that safe space for each other to heal.
Being each other's cheerleaders, offering compassion and understanding.
Okay, so we've talked about the imago, conscious love, intentional dialogue, stretching, healing those old wounds.
What's left?
The final piece, crafting a shared vision for the relationship.
Ah, yes, the roadmap for your future together.
It's more than just being on the same page, isn't it?
It is. It's about aligning your values, setting goals, creating that shared sense of purpose.
So that vision guides your decisions, both big and small.
Exactly. It helps you navigate those challenges and celebrate those wins together.
Now, this is a lot to take in.
It is a lot, but the book doesn't just leave you hanging.
It offers those practical tools to help couples put these concepts into action.
It does. Things like writing love letters, creating wish lists for the relationship.
Even reflecting on those childhood patterns we talked about.
It's about rolling up your sleeves and doing the work.
Getting the love you want really seems to offer a whole toolkit for moving from that unconscious attraction to a more conscious and fulfilling love.
It does. It challenges us to break free from those autopilot patterns and make intentional choices.
Choices that lead to deeper connection, understanding, and ultimately more loving relationships.
That's the goal, isn't it?
It is. And as we wrap up here, I think it leaves us with a powerful question to ponder.
What's that?
How might your own imago be shaping your current or future relationships?
That's a good one. Take some time to reflect on that.
And remember, this is just a taste of what getting the love you want has to offer.
It's a deep dive in itself, so go explore, uncover those insights, and happy relating.
Happy relating, everyone. That's a wrap for this deep dive.
Until next time.